Range function. Range function is actually it's a number generator that generates numbers within a particular range. So whenever this range function is called, this will generate a new number within that range, and that new number will be assigned to the iterator variable of the for loop. Range is mostly used in the for loops to generate the numbers in a particular range or in a series. For example, if you want to generate first 10 natural numbers for your program, then you want to call the range function which start and end as 1 and 10. So range function is best useful in the for loops to generate the various ranges or various numbers within a particular range. Range is having three variants or three different forms of range. Range with one argument, range with two arguments, and range with three arguments. For example, if you are using range with one argument, that one argument is considered as the end of the range of numbers generated by this range call. Let us check it with a small code. For example, let me write a for loop. This for loop is having a looping variable or iterator variable I, and generally for loop syntax is for, then the iterator variable, then the word in, then the range. Let me give for example 10, and the for loop is actually it's a block, so it has to end with colon, and the statement that belongs to this for loop will be starting with an indentation of one tab space. Now let me give the print statement to print the value of 5. Let me run the program. Now I am saying the program with an extension 5. The name of the program is, for example, range demo. Now you see, you are seeing the numbers generated by the call on range of 10. So the first number is 0. When you call the program, when you call the range function, you didn't mention the starting number in that sequence of numbers generated by this range. So if you are not mentioning the starting number, then range will assume 0 as its starting number. So now 0 is actually available in the range. Now if you look at the sequence of numbers generated by this range function, what is the last number? Actually 9. Here you want to notice one thing. Whenever you are mentioning an end for your range of numbers or the sequence of numbers, then this end is not inclusive in the range of numbers generated. That means it's called exclusive range. So the end number will not be considered in the sequence of numbers generated. So if you want to generate numbers from 0 to 10, you have to give 11 as the parameter. Now let us run the program again. See, now the first number is 0. Since it is assumed 0 is starting number of the range if you are not providing the starting number of the range call, but since you provided 11 as the end, 10 is considered, or 10 is the last number. So always the end number is not considered in your range call, and if you want to have a particular number, you have to provide +1, okay, so that you can get the number in the range. Now let us move to the second. Let us move to the second variant of range. Okay, the first variant of range is actually range of end, and it generates numbers within the range from 0 to end -1. That means if you are providing 10, it will print the numbers from 0 till 9. So to avoid that the range starts from 0, or to make a sequence of numbers start from any number, you have to go for the next variant of range, that is range of start, end. So here you can mention the first number and last number of the particular range or the sequence of numbers generated. So here the start can be any number, whether it is positive or negative. You can give any number, but still end is behaving like the same, like a range of end. That means still it will print only end -1 in that range. Let us have a small sample program on this. For example, let me give the numbers, start number is 1 and end number is 10. Now, the number or sequence of numbers generated will be starting from 1 and it will end at 9. That means 10 minus 1. Let us run the program. Now you see, start number is as you preferred, that is 1, and end number is as you preferred, or actually as you guessed, it is 9, right? You can give any start number, right? For example, 100 to, for example, 200, right? Let me run the program. What I guess is this program will generate a sequence of numbers from 100 till 199 because the end value is not considered, end number is not considered, and it will generate up to n minus 1. Yes. You see, the program generated a sequence of numbers from 100. You are seeing the first number, you can see that it is 100 and the last number is actually 199. Now let us move to the third variant of the range. In the first two variants, you are generating the numbers in a continuous fashion. That means you cannot miss the numbers in between. Okay, if you use 1 and 10 as the start and end, then it will generate all the numbers from 1 to 10. But in some cases, we want to have the numbers mixed in between. For example, if you want to generate all the odd numbers within the range from 1 to 100, then here the even numbers will be missing in the sequence. Like that, if you want to generate all the even numbers, then you have to start from 2 and you have to miss all the odd numbers, right? So you can generate a sequence of numbers by adding a value, a particular step value. In other programming languages, it's called incrementation value, but in Python, it's called step value to generate a new number. So every new number is generated by adding the value, a step value to the previous number, right? So this will be most useful feature in Python range function to generate a sequence of numbers of any type. Okay, let us have a small demo on this. For example, let me generate all the even numbers from 100 till 200, right? From 100 till 200, right? So what I want to do is the first even number is 100. The first even number is 100. Now, what is the next even number? 102, right? So if you are adding 2 to 102, so 100, you will get 102 as a next even number or next number. Now, if you are adding 2 to 102, you will get 104, that is the next even number. So the step value is actually added with the current generated number and it will create a new number. So let me give 2. Now 100, 102, 104, 106, 108, 110. These numbers will be generated like this till 200. But 200 is again, it is not inclusive in that particular range. It will generate till 199, but 199 is not it's not an even number. So it will print up to 198. This is what they guess. Right? Let us run the program. Yes. You see, the first even number is actually generated. It is 100, right? And last even number generated is actually 198 because it will go till 199, but 199 is not the even number, right? So it will print only the even numbers within that range. We can change it to all the odd numbers within the range 100 to 200. right? But the start number is 100. So 100 is an even number. So what we can do is we can mention the first number as 101. It's an odd number. And if you are adding 2 to that odd number, you get 103, then 103, then 105, 107, right? So the first number matters. Now you see, let us run the program again. Now all the odd numbers from 101, that means the odd number within the range 100 or the 101 to 200 is printed in the screen, and that is 101 to 199. So this is the third variant of range function, right? Now these three range functions are providing providing all the sequences. They are capable of providing all the sequences. But you may wonder, or you may in need of generating even reverse numbers, reverse range or reverse sequence. That means in the descending order, right? So far we have discussed the sequence generated in ascending order or in increasing range. But now we can generate numbers in sequence in reverse range also. So let us see how to print a sequence of numbers in reverse order within a particular range. So what is actually the requirement is the start should be greater than the end. The start should be greater than the end, and step value should be negative. For example, if the first number is 10 and last number is 1, and if you want to print all the numbers in descending order from 10 to 1, right? 10 minus 1, 9. 9 minus 1, 8. 8 minus 1, 7. Right? So, from the first number, if you subtract 1 from the first number, you will get the next number, immediate next number. Right? So, like that, the start should be greater than the end, and step value should be the negative number. Right? Let us check this variant of this range. For example, I want to print all the numbers from 10 to 1, right? All the numbers from 10 to 1, right? And with a step value minus 1. That means if you want to print all the numbers from 10 to 1 in the reverse order, so first number is 10, then you subtract 1 from 10. That means this will add actually this value, step value. Step value will be added to the current number. But when you are adding a negative number to the current value, it will give the immediate below number or immediate previous number, right? So 10 minus 1 or 10 plus minus 1 it is 9, or 9 plus minus 1 it is 8. So it will work like that. Okay, let us run the program. So run, then see, it is generating the numbers from 10 till 2, right? Then where is that 1? I aimed 1, right? The end is still behaving the same way. The end is still behaving the same way. That means if you are giving 1 as the end number, then it will actually it will go till n minus 1. Okay, it will go till n minus 1. But in negative cases, if you are providing a negative step value, it will go till plus 1. Right? It will go till plus 1. That means it will go till 2. So what you want to do is, if you want to have 1 in your range, you have to provide 0 here, right? So that you can get 1 in your sequence of numbers generated. So 10 to 1. Now let us run the program again. See, right? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 is also included, right? So when you are providing a negative step value, then your end value should be one number lesser than the number you want to print. It's in case of reverse ranges. In case of positive ranges, you have to add plus 1 to the end you are providing, and if you are doing in reverse range or in reverse order or the decreasing order, then you have to subtract 1 from the number you want to print, up to which you want to print in the screen. So I wanted to print till 1, but it will not print 1, it will print 2 till 2. So if I give 0, that means 1 minus 1. Okay, I'm not adding sorry, I'm adding plus 1, right? So sorry, minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Sorry, 1 minus 1, 0. So if you are providing 0, then you can get till 1, right? So this is how the reverse range is working. Now, sometimes you want to get the negative ranges in your programs. Sometimes you want to get the negative ranges in your programs or negative sequence of numbers. Let us discuss how to give the negative ranges or negative sequence of numbers. So to attain the negative sequence of numbers, right, all the start, end and step should be the negative values. So that is what very important. So the starting number should be a negative number and the end number should be a negative number and step value should also be a negative number, right? Let us have a small example for this range of negative numbers. In the same case, let me give minus 10 till or otherwise minus 1 initially, then till minus 10 and step value is minus 1. That means all the negative numbers from minus 1 till minus 10. Okay, right? Let me check how the code is working. See, it's printing the negative numbers from minus 1 till minus 9, but minus 10 is not printed. Okay, so there is no surprise in it because the n minus 1 will only be printed, right? So if you want to print minus 10, you have to give minus 11, right? You see, now you are seeing minus 10 in your screen, right? So always this end parameter behaves like it will print only up to n minus 1. Okay, it will print only up to n minus 1. So if you want to have that number also, that n number also in your range, you have to add 1 to that end and give the number, right? So that you will get that n number also in your range, right? So this is how the negative range is working. I hope that you got a clear idea on how the range functions are working, right? And in the next video, we are going to use this range function in the for loops and we are going to solve many problems, right? So if you want to move with for loops, first you have to have an idea of range functions and all its variants. So refer this video and subscribe the channel Programmer for Programmers by Felix and press the bell button to get the notifications from the channel if any new video is uploaded.